2 years later on the planet, you play as Raiden. Out of nowhere, like, this was a fucking twist out of nowhere that nobody knew they were going to play as Raiden. But you do. And everyone was pissed because everyone wanted to play as Snake, the fucking sequel to Metal Gear Solid 1. But nobody expected Raiden. So you play through the game and everything's really fishy because Campbell doesn't remember Solid Snake as his advisor, even though he was like his trusted commander. You meet someone that looks like and sounds like Solid Snake, but you don't know it because everybody thinks he's dead. And then you meet a man who claims his name is Solid Snake, who is the leader of the terrorist group of 2. But it turns out that's not Solid Snake. That's Solid Snake, whose name is George Sears, who's also the president of the United fucking States of America, believe it or not. This guy's working with Revolver Ocelot, missing arm guy who's also Liquid Snake, inhibiting his mind. Don't forget that. So, Revolver Ocelot, at the end of the game, Snake and Raiden are working together, realizing that, I'm shitting you not here, this is dead serious, that the Colonel Campbell is actually an AI, a fucking computer created by the DARPA chief, who is Sigint, who is making memes. I wish I was making this up. Making memes of society to create another Solid Snake. To pass this information along, I'm sorry that I'm using the word memes, but he's using memes to fucking make people think that they are Solid Snake. It's absurd. I'm so sorry to explain this. But basically, Solid Snake basically tells Raiden that he doesn't have to be a meme. He can be his own person. He doesn't have to be a meme on the internet. You know what I mean? But he went. He doesn't have to be a shit poster if he doesn't want to. And Raiden takes his dog tags and he throws them away because he's not going to be a Pepe or a Doge or a Wojak or my name is Jeff. You know what I mean? He could be his own thing. So let's take that and go 3 years in the future and we come to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Arguably the best game in the series. This game takes away the memes and it takes away everything else with the series. And it creates a unique story of James Bond of love, sacrifice, and love for one's country, and eating crabs in a cave until you vomit. It's personally my favorite game of the series. So you play as, you don't know it until the end of the game, but you're playing as Big Fucking Boss, the antagonist of the series. Everybody that wants to be him, everyone sees him as a lucky soldier, but he is lucky soldier. But as you play as him, he is this wacky kind of. The only word for it is kind of autistic. That's the only word for it. Like he's really strange. His mannerisms, like he doesn't hug girls that are interested in him. He kind of has he's kind of like closet homosexual. Is kind of how I feel. You know what I mean? Like he really like think of Ocelot. Like this guy Ocelot. Like I was talking about him before. He's not as big of a deal now. He's some Russian commander. Not a really big deal. Commands a whole battalion. Really loves Snake for who he is because Snake shits on him. Like he's like, you kind of absorb the recoil on the Makarov, but that's not really on a Makarov. That's more of a revolver technique. I think you're more suitable for a Colt M19. A Colt revolver. You're pretty good. And then Revolver says, "Pretty good," and then he knocks out. But what's funny from that one scene is Big Boss never says you're pretty good to him again. But throughout every other game in the series, Ocelot says you're pretty good to every other character you face. Big Boss taught him that. He taught him that because Big Boss is the catalyst for all the events in the whole series. It's crazy. It's absurd. But continuing on. Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 3. This game takes place in 1964 in Zelenogorsk, which is in Russia. So, Big Boss's name is Jack. Continuing on, he has to fight the Cobra unit, which is led by his mentor, whose name is the Boss. The Boss was an American soldier who defects to the United States, to the Soviet Union. So the whole time the boss is like egging Big Boss on to like chase after her and saying like, just go home, like you will never be good enough to face me. And Big Boss doesn't want to betray his master or his country at the same time. So throughout the game he has to fight the Cobra unit, who are like the shittiest bosses in the whole series. Like, it's kind of fucking retarded, to be honest. There's like 3 good boss fights in the game. So you get to the end and the boss basically reveals to you that she was working for America the whole time, not the Soviet Union. She says, take this chip. This is what they've been searching for the whole time. And on the chip is like $100 trillion, which in 1964, which is like, you have no idea how much money that is in 1964. It's absurd. And Big Boss only finds this out after he has to fucking shoot her in the head. It's terrible. Big Boss is such a nice guy, and he doesn't want to kill his master, and his master doesn't want her to. And his master just doesn't want her to. And
his master just wants him to kill her.
I think there's more alcohol in my blood than there is blood. Thank you, boss. You taught me so much. So we're not going to talk about fucking shit like Portable Ops or Peace Walker, because those games are fucking ass. Like, what were they thinking? Mixing Monster Hunter and Metal Gear together? Like, were they just like in a fucking circle jerk? Like, oh yeah, totally Monster Hunter, Metal Gear, fucking, I'm gonna blow my load, bro.
Whoa!
Like, what was Hideo Kojima? Because there was a guy named Tomoyo Fukushima. I'm too drunk to remember his name. But I believe that he was the genius behind Metal Gear, because he worked on 1, 2, and 3. That was it. 4, Peace Walker, and 5, he was gone. He wasn't even there. It was like absurd. So Peace Walker, we're going to skip it. And 4, we're going to skip because I didn't play much of it. I don't have the best opinion on it, but I just know that there was more cutscene than gameplay, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but fuck, I'm here to play video games, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog? Video games.
That's 5.
So we're gonna jump right into Metal Gear Solid 5.
I have like 5 minutes of footage left, maybe less.
So we're gonna jump into Metal Gear Solid 5. So I loved Ground Zeroes. Ground Zeroes was a cock tease for what I was waiting for in the Phantom Pain. Ground Zeroes was such a good tease for what it was. Ground Zeroes teased what was to be an amazing video game. The tight corridors, the small linear map, and the guard rotations, and the pathing of them was amazing.
We gotta get to the silly stuff. We don't have much footage left.
It was very serious. The game was really serious, and the game was really serious, and I loved it. And it teased what was Phantom Pain, and I waited literally years for Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. You have no idea how invested I am in the fucking series. And the Phantom Pain comes out. I go away for college. I move to a new city, and I'm ready for this game. I get it. I beat it in 2 days, and I'm so fucking disappointed. You have no idea how I felt. This game story was so fucking bad. Listen to me. The gameplay was so good. The gameplay was so good, but the story added nothing to the Metal Gear Solid lore. It was filler. It was a filler arc in an anime. Venom Snake is not even Big Boss. He is a medic. The game was made to retcon Metal Gear 1, which states that Solid Snake kills Big Boss in Outer Heaven. It's absurd. It is absurd what they did with the game. The cutscenes are 40 minutes long and do nothing. Quiet is never mentioned again. She dies. Ocelot's there for no reason. Why is Ocelot... It's absurd. Kaz is a really good actor. Robin Atkin Downs does a really good job playing Kaz. But he's so emotional for nothing. Liquid Snake is in the game, but he does nothing. Psycho Mantis is in the game, and he has this fucking Jesus Christ power. Does nothing. He does nothing. He hijacks Metal Gear. Fuck Dickory. Sahelanthropus is the name of the Metal Gear, and does nothing. Nothing. I need another shot. Liquid Snake and Psycho Mantis are together in Metal Gear Solid 1, and they don't explain anything. This game is filler. They do nothing to fucking connect the games together. I don't mean to be so passionate about this, but this is something I fucking invested 16 years of my life into. It's absurd how I feel about Metal Gear Solid 5. The gameplay is so tight. Why couldn't they just put a story in here? Tomokazu Fukushima. Why couldn't you be here with Hideo Kojima to make this game amazing? You didn't though, because fuck yourself. That's why. Alright? I hate Konami. I hate Kojima. I hate everybody that was involved in this, because there are parts of myself that I let drift away because of this game. I care more about this game than I care about my future in education, because this is the most important thing that's ever happened to me. Solid Snake and Big Boss are the most important people in my life. I hate to admit that, but they are the driving force of my personality and my choices. Because Big Boss and Solid Snake are the most influential and amazing people.
Is that gonna hurt my laptop?
Probably, I don't know.
$8.
$8. Okay, cool. Gotta know what I'm gonna spend tomorrow. Oh, Andrew, I never got to pay you for your buying me that Star Wars ticket, by the way. I don't have cash for it, but I know this is absurd, but here's a $10, AMC card if you want it. What's that?
If you want it,
That's scary. What's happening?
drink up.
You're too far away.
Drink up.
Okay, I'm gonna... Alright, I'm kind of drunk. I'm serious. Just want to let you know. What?
Mm-hmm.
Did you bounce that?
Hip hip. Dude, what did you put in my mouth? What is that in my mouth? What's happening? That's fire. That's fine, that's stank, that's meme. That's hashtag meme.
Give me a 3, 2, 1. Are you going? Is it recording? Listen, I'm really drunk. I need your fucking guidance here, alright? I'm not some Jedi Master. I need fucking guidance. I'm an idiot. Help me here! Help me! I need Cheetos. I need Cheetos. Yeah. I'm so unhappy with my life.